Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever 2, Bristol. And you may recognise the location we're leaving. That is indeed Bristol Temple Meads. You may not recognise the train that we're following along here. Oh, we're... Do you get that sense of disappointment sometimes? I deliberately started this game at the end of December 1868 in the hope that something might happen as we turned into 1869. It didn't. But there you are. No, it's been a few years since the last episode. What I was thinking was we're taking a while building up our bank balance to sort of spend really big on exciting new routes, and having stagecoaches running around towns isn't the most exciting thing. It'd be nice to have some motorised transport in town. So I've moved it forward a bit so we're closer to being able to replace at least the stagecoaches with some sort of motorised bus. And that should hopefully sort of impact again on the congestion that we're seeing in and around the centre of Bristol. But one thing I have done in the intervening years, because this train line, which is the Bristol Keynsham Twerton line, is ridiculously profitable. Let's have a quick, if I click on it, it might tell me. Look at that. The train itself has earned $500,000. The line itself is earning $1 million. That's fabulous. But the important thing is I've increased speed and capacity on the train by replacing the old Compton, whatever it was. I can't remember, unfortunately. With this new, should we follow it along? Makes it more slightly more interesting to view. With the LNWR 240 Newton class, and I've attached to that some wagons as well, which are in. I will put a link. I'll put an annotation in the video for this to be certain. It's part of, I think, the Crampton Liverpool loco set. That's a new wagon. Both modded vehicles. The Newton here is that bit more powerful and faster than the old Compton, whatever it was. Why do I try and remember stuff when I know that I can't? But the number of wagons we've got on the back and the incline in the route means it doesn't go that much faster, but it is enough. And I've increased capacity from 24 to 30. We have also added a few more stagecoaches in and around the town here to take care of demand. As you can see, most of our stops are seeing a good few people waiting. Here up at the north of Bristol, in preparation for lots of exciting new stuff, I've actually added in Westbury-on-Trim. So we do actually have 3 routes here. There we go. In this area at least anyway. We have the sort of Filton Southmead little loop which goes around there, and we have a new loop going from Westbury-on-Trim to Southmead, or via Southmead. They all end up in the Filton bus station, to be honest, and of course our Filton down to Cottam route. I made a few changes here to improve the route, to take it away from the congestion which was actually hogging this road here. It looks like I've addressed that somehow, and yeah, that's it on there, I think. One issue I was having was the profitability of these lines, and it's still showing here that Filton Southmead isn't especially profitable. Again, I think that's mostly to do, I may be entirely wrong, with the number, sort of how close the towns are and the number of passengers that want to go between them. And again, some overlap in routes. The stops are quite close to each other. But as you can see here, Filton, Westbury-on-Trim, that purple line there is lovely and profitable. It's only been running 3 years, and that is a lovely amount of money. Generally speaking, let's get the whole list up. Everything appears to be very profitable, as you can see here. The only other one which is giving me a little bit of concern, and it was in the last episode, is the Bristol bus station here to our sort of local train station here in Brandon Hill, which is losing, actually that's quite a fair amount of money. I tried to improve that by adding in a new stop here in Lewins Mead, which is an area which wasn't particularly well covered by bus stops. I was hoping that by putting a bus stop down there I would get passengers that want to go from the bus station down here, or from the train station here, and I want to go there, and also hopefully some development, but that has not happened so far. The amount of money I've had to spend to replace the 2 trains on the main line there, I took out another 4 million in loan. I've now paid that back pretty much, and I'm down to 3.5 million outstanding, which means I can afford... Oh, there's lots of people waiting here. 47! Oh my goodness! And I put a new wagon, I put 2 new wagons on there recently, stagecoaches. Now I think in 1870 we do get motorised buses, which will be great. I'm going to need more, aren't I, on there? There, not so many waiting there. Stapleton Road, not so many there, but yeah, there's loads. So how many is on? Could do with some more wagons on there as well. Okay, let's put a couple more on. We'll buy 3 stagecoaches. I'll replace these quite soon. 3. I could type in 3, but I'm not bothering to do that. You 2 can go on the Eastern line. Bristol, St Paul's and Eastern. And the final one can go on Bristol, St Paul's and Cottam. Where is it? Down there. Gotcha. Okay. So that's that done. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to roll forward a little bit to the end of this year. If we can, I'll pay back some more loan. As we can see, these trains here are very profitable. That one's the Bristol South, which doesn't make as much money, but 60,000 for going from there to there, which is all very nice. The other train we've got, demand appears to have eased off a little bit on that, but it's still making a fair amount of money. I'm not going to complain about that. Where's the... that's the train, isn't it? I want the track to sit. I want the the line itself. That's what I'm after. Yeah, so that's making enough money, I think. 72 grand. Yeah. So what I'm planning to do today is build a new passenger rail line, and I'm not going to tell you where it is just yet. We're going to fast forward to the end of this year and see where we are, and then we'll start spending big bucks again. Whether we'll replace all our stagecoaches or not at this point, I'm not sure. I want to, because 18 years old is quite a long time for a horse to be in service. Right, a short video effect, and here we are. We're rapidly approaching the very end of 1869, and I've actually repaid more of the loan. And here we have it, the Aubussin. I'm not sure we saw the L'Aubussin in Bristol or in the UK generally, to be honest, but it's nice to have something which isn't horse-drawn to put onto our streets of this lovely city of Bristol. Right, I made another small change as well. It's only been a year or so since I put it in, but I've actually now taken Lewinsmead out of the Brandon Hill Station link route. It was just losing so much more money when I did that. Look, I mean, 12,000 loss. We look at the finances graph. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't losing that much for a while. It did start to lose more, but it serves a purpose of getting people to making sure we get more people into the train station, which is the important thing for that route. So I can sustain a modest loss, but 12,000, no, I'm not happy with that. So we may put a bus stop back down here if we actually see growth in this area. Actually, I wonder if the emissions might be an issue with that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, people don't want to live in those sort of red zones. That's not very high, but it is quite high. For some reason, people don't like living near train lines. Anyway, what can we do here? We can replace some of our vehicles. Let's actually have a look at the road depot. Passenger choices. The stagecoach goes at 11 miles an hour. 2 kilowatts power. Capacity of 4. Emissions 65. The L'Aubussin, the emissions are enormous. 75. It's twice as powerful, goes exactly the same speed, but does carry 1 more passenger. Ugh. And it's not that much more expensive in terms of maintenance. Okay, now actually let's compare that. I'm just thinking about the emissions and the maintenance thing. Can we find a vehicle? Here's one. Oh, you're quite new. I want an old vehicle. 24, you'll do. I bet you're 19 years old. Your emissions are 67, so it's not gone up by much. And I am doing no maintenance on these vehicles at all. So obviously the maintenance, the emissions growth on these vehicles is quite slow. Okay, we're going to have to deal with emissions perhaps here, but that's okay. To be honest, at this point of the game, the emissions issue might not be a big deal, because I don't want certainly the centre of Bristol to grow too quickly, too fast, because I simply don't have the range of vehicles to cope with all the demand. So, well, we shall see. Right, vehicle manager. Actually, if I go here, no, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. So, can I select all of the buses? I can't select buses, just buses, can I? No, I can't quite do that. Okay. So what I'm thinking is... Well, you don't see the age in here either, do you? Is that a big deal? Probably not. Okay, let's go through our Bristol routes. So, the Bristol... We'll go through all these. Bristol Bedminster Connect will replace all of you. Now, is that going to replace all of those? I don't know, it might do. Yeah. It has. Excellent. So that's the Bedminster route done with. So we could do a few more of these. Let's take all of these routes. Now some of these do have quite new vehicles on, so that's not a big issue. That's fine, I think. Yeah. Yep, we'll do that. So let's replace all of you with the Lobster. That's going to cost me $1 million, which I don't have. But that's fine, because I can take out more loan. In fact, let's take that back up to 4 million in loan. Oh, and it's remembered my selection. Excellent job. Well done, developers. That's what I like to see. User experience. Top marks. Replace all the vehicles. Oh, I need to select, don't I? Select. Oh, I need to replace. There's me clicking that. I should have been clicking this, the basket here, the checkout. There we go. Good job. That one, and that one. What about? Yeah, you're already done. So it's these ones here, and we'll replace you likewise with a Lobster. That's the job done. Okay, now what vehicles do I have which are really old? I've got the goods vehicles. We'll take care of those in a while. Do we have any stagecoaches? Twerton. Yeah, so we'll take care of Twerton. We'll replace all of you. Good job. And perhaps the Whirl and Western Supermare. I think that's quite profitable. That's a quite nicely profitable route. And again, it's full to capacity, so let's replace all of you. Lobisan again. Excellent. We'll leave the others there for a couple more years and see how they get on. Do we need to work? What do we have in the way of cargo vehicles? What do we have here? So for cargo, okay. So the horse-drawn can carry everything. It says all cargo. The covered can carry everything. The flatbed, it looks like it can carry. What's missing from that list? It's got fuel. It's got food. It's not got food. It does have steel. Oh, it doesn't have tools and machines and stuff like that. So we could use that one. They're the same value. Do we want to replace those? What's the benefit? They go a little bit faster, they carry one more, so I think we can do that. Yep, let's do that. So we will replace the whirl and the log supply. Replace you with... Again, we'll use the covered wagon. Yeah, we need the covered wagon because, yes, because that covers everything. I don't need to worry about individual vehicles for individual cargoes at this point. So I need more money to do that. I'm going to leave it for the moment because I'm not worried about it, to be honest. I have bigger and bolder plans afoot. So what is the big expensive plan for this episode? What I want to do is introduce a new train line. Now, I was going to do this as a new stagecoach route between Filton and Clifton, because I've discovered there was a modest amount of demand for that. Yeah, to Clifton, yeah, and in the other direction, less so. But it sort of fed into the idea of creating more connections between the north and the centre of Bristol. But I thought, well, let's not do that. Let's do it as a train route. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and create Bristol Parkway up here somewhere, Clifton Down Station down here somewhere, which then should feed into routes along the Bristol Channel here, maybe up to Severn Beach, which will be good because it will serve them for both passengers and cargo. Right, how much do we need to spend to do this? Let's start up here. Actually, no, let's start down here because this is going to be the more interesting one. Ideally, what I'd like to do is have the station here in Clifton Down connecting into Bristol Temple Meads, which is going to mean burrowing underground or demolishing large parts of the city, which I'm not going to be able to afford just yet. I don't remember if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I noticed the city was building very close to my stations. I've had to put some tracks in here to reserve at least some space for the station expansion. I'm going to have to do a lot of rework, I think, on Bristol Temple Meads if it's going to become anything close to the major hub that it is in real life. Okay, so Clifton Down here. It's going to be a train station. Do we want it to be a terminal station down here? Or a through station? No, it is actually a through station. I've never actually used Clifton Down, but I have walked past it, and I believe it's a through station. Quite where it goes to and from, I can't honestly tell you, but there you are. So we're going to keep costs down at this stage of the game. Brown trim for our Great Western Line, which I think is the correct colour. Small building, one track, and only a modest platform length of 160. Which is more than we need at this point in the game, but it saves us spending lots more money later on. Actually, what does it, if I take that down to 80, that doesn't make it, it's tens of thousands cheaper, but that's not a huge amount. Okay, so if we might want a train line to go along there, well, let's try and stick it down here. Actually, it's quite nice because that's an industrial area, isn't it? So emissions won't be too big an issue. So let's put this in here. Ideally flattish. That's good. Yes. It'd be nice if it was close. Could we run it along the coastline now? I don't know. Or the bank of the channel. It starts getting really expensive there. It is actually close to the town centre, to be honest, so I think in here somewhere. Yep. Right, done. That's slipped in. Make sure I don't forget. Make sure it's correctly named. There we go. And we'll put Parkway up here, which again I don't think I've actually stopped. Actually, I might have stopped once at Parkway and just passed through it on odd occasions. I believe it's somewhere here between Filton and Patchway, which again I think is okay. Oh, there is residential there, commercial there, so yeah, I think on this side of the town I'm going to need more money. Let's take it up to 6 million. So if we put Filton in here somewhere, I think. Again, see if we can find somewhere reasonably flat. It's a bit out of town, if I remember rightly, is Parkway, so that will serve. Right, how the heck are we going to get this to there? Right, let's try it. Okay, so that's just half. He says just 500,000. Okay, so what's it built for us? It's built a bit of a bridge there. We've got a bit of a bridge there. It's happy with a bridge. Well, bridge is cheaper. Again, I'm not trying to replicate the actual geography here of Bristol or anywhere for that matter. I'm not that familiar with it. Okay, that'll do nicely. Okay, I think that works. Then we'll twist it round here. Okay, do I have any road routes? I've got a road route going down there. I haven't got one there. Let's see if we get rid of these roads. Will that make building easier or cheaper? Get rid of that as well. Let's just try it from there. Ah, that's interesting. That's relatively cheap. It's creating a mess of these road routes. But that's okay, I think. Another bit of bridge in there. It's about the same sort of price. Okay, are we happy with that? I think we might be. And a gentle curve back into Clifton down there. Start removing buildings, that gets expensive. Well, actually that looks okay. Now these bridges are, now this is getting expensive. These bridges are too big. Yeah, that's just too extravagant, I'm afraid. Sorry, chaps. Nope, that's not the route we want to take. That looks reasonably okay, I think. We're going to have to reset our roads a bit, I think, because they're somewhat distorted. Okay, let's take that. And can we get that into Clifton Down? Well, the short answer is no. But that's just because of some collision thing. So let's get rid of the offending bits of road. And see what it says then. You are rail, aren't you? Yes. Right, that's more expensive because of this huge earthworks it's got to do. It is going down into that there. That's, I think. Okay, so if we take you to there. All right, let's try that. I think that's a bit cheaper. Yep, let's do that. Yes, we're happy with that. Very happy with that. Again, I'm not going to worry about smoothing just yet. That gets expensive at this stage. So we need to connect these stations up. Let's put some streetage in. Okay, Clifton Down. There are just ordinary bus stops outside that station, if I remember correctly. There's no actual sort of bus hub as such. So we could do it like that. Well, that's a nice flat bit of road, isn't it? I'll take you. Oh, I want you to be that size though. There you go. We're soon going to have vehicles that can travel more than 12 miles an hour, so let's build a road that's ready for it. Okay. Down there. Ouch! No, I'm not paying that amount. I'll put you up there instead. Okay. And can we... I don't particularly want to get rid of buildings here, but I might do just this one. Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Splendid. We'll give you a proper bus stop, I think. There and there. We'll work out which direction we want them to go into in a minute. Okay, now Parkway here. Let's actually rename that while I'm here. Bristol Parkway, although it is obviously at Filton, but no one need know that. And I think we'll have a bit of a bus station there. That way around. Should we go? We'll go through it, shall we? I think. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, we'll have you pointing that way to start with. Okay. We'll probably have it going out in the other direction as well at some point, but for now, we'll just have it going in that direction. Connecting up to there. Yep, that's fine. There. Oh, that looks terrible. Can we make that any better? Well, it looks better. It's not what you'd call cheap, but let's do that anyway. Right, so do we have a spare platform here at Filton Central? No. Ooh. Actually, is this? I'm just wondering if the Southmead service is making any money yet. It's not. And I'm wondering if it's because I've got it going in two directions here. It's never made money. So yeah, let's manage this line. Let's have it going in one direction only. From... It doesn't need to go to Gloucester Road, does it? No, we'll take Gloucester Road out entirely. There's anyone who wants to travel from Southmead to Filton can change at the bus stop, at the bus station there. That's fine. We probably don't need that many vehicles in that case, so we'll sell you. There you go. Actually, I could have moved you onto the other line, couldn't I? The new line I'm creating. Well, there you are. Right, a new line. Let's choose a more dramatic colour for this, shall we? Kind of hot pink. From from Filton Central to Filton Halt. Okay. Yeah, that will do. Though I do want, I think, to rename a few things here. So we'll call that the Filton Parkway Connect, because it's connecting there. We'll change the name of this bus stop as well. Just call it Parkway Halt. That's it. Okay, we'll put some buses on there. Should we use the new Orbison? Oh, let's do that. There you go. And in Clifton Down, we need a line here, don't we? What lines do we have at the moment? Could use... We could connect these two up, or I could start bringing in vehicles from bringing in passengers from Shirehampton. That's an interesting idea, isn't it? Okay, where does Hotwells want to go? You want to go to Shirehampton. And some to Filton, that's good. Clifton. You're less you've got again. You've got numbers that want to go to both Filton and Shirehampton. So we could stick a bus route in there. Where do those bus stops cover? Covers that one. Oh, I'm not sure it does it? No, it doesn't. It stops a little bit short. So we will need to connect those up. Okay, well, that's what we'll start with. We'll just connect these three up, I think. And then we'll introduce the Shirehampton route at some point soonish, I think. But we really ought to reconnect that. So how do you go over there? Yeah, let's get rid of you. You look silly. Okay, I think the track is okay. It's just the road that looks a bit wobbly. We're not worried about that. 54 grand. Goodness me. It doesn't get any cheaper anywhere else, does it? No. Let's stick you there. Okay. So let's put our new route down. And there. Okay. So I think we're okay. Yeah, we're travelling on the opposite sides of the road. These are very pale colours, which is fine, but it can make them difficult to spot on this bright white background against other similarly pale colours. Yep, that's fine, I think. So we'll rename this. I'll rename that in a moment. I'm not too worried about that. So that's our new line. We need vehicles. We don't have a depot anywhere close. I will buy them in from here. Again, Lobisar. Put 4 on just for the sake of argument. This will be line 1. Okay, now we're going to need a train in here. So where are we going to put our depot? What I'm going to do, I think, is cheat somewhat and put the depot up here. Can I do that? It might be, and it might only be a temporary depot is what I'm thinking. Well, that goes in reasonably cheaply here, doesn't it? Is it going to connect to the track? If I just stick it on the end there, that is quite expensive. Let's draw some track out. Up to there. Can we put... We can. Okay, we need that track to be slightly less curved up there. Something like that, perhaps. Excellent, that's not too expensive at all. Right, so what train shall we deploy? We don't have any diesels yet. No, steam trains. Again, there's nothing particularly GWR yet in my list. That's the Liverpool, which I think includes the which includes that wagon, the passenger carriage that we saw. It's called the Long Express, if I remember correctly. We'll see it in a minute, I'm sure. That's 2 millions. I'm thinking that's 70. That's quite fast. The Newton, which is the one we're using already. Yeah, 47. I think is going to be my minimum speed. What have I got in terms of passenger carriages? All these teak sets. I think they're 75. They can all go quite fast. Did vehicles travel that fast in 1870? You can go 60. I quite like the idea of you guys, actually. Yeah. You carry 8 passengers apiece. There's the long one I put in. That carries 10, you see. It's a bit more expensive per year. Goes a bit... Yeah. We'll use these, I think, for this route to start with. So we've got a 60 miles an hour top speed for our carriages. How does that... Oh, the Crampton there. That looks quite good then, doesn't it, actually? Yeah. That's 408 a year compared to the... Well, that's quite good, isn't it? I think we'll do that. We'll go for the Crampton. I'm going to need more money, though. A good couple more million. Let's see how far that gets me. So we'll add you. And our passengers are going to be these wagons here. Which one should we put in? We'll put in a front brake. We'll add one of you. And we will put in third class. One of you. And we will put in... Where's the standard class? So is that front brake? I don't know. Another one of you then, perhaps. That's 24 capacity. I think that's going to be pretty much good. And then we'll put in the first class. Gives us 32. That's quite a lot. There's only going to be one train on here at the moment. That's too much. Okay. Let's take one wagon off. Actually, we'll put the first class one back on. There we go. So that's 2395. I can afford that. We'll add another carriage as and when I need it. So I'll stick you on there. And we don't have a line for you yet, so let's create one. A nice bold purple colour. From there to there. Right, let's see how that goes. Right. I think, as it says in the description for this mod on the Steam Workshop, that is one heck of a big wheel. That's very impressive. It's already going 44 miles an hour. Ouch. I'll deal with those roads, probably off camera, just to smooth them out and put them back in where they need to go. 54 miles an hour. This is unheard of speeds. Just going to this little suburban train stop in Clifton. Actually, Clifton is a very wealthy part of the town, of the city, so it's fair. I think they should have a good train service. Anybody? Nope, nobody. Okay. Is anybody going to turn up? No. Oh, we have got people waiting on line 1 there. Not there yet. Yeah, we don't have the buses yet servicing the train station, so that's going to take a while. And obviously Filton is that much further out from the town. Do we have anybody here waiting? No. Ooh, the Cotton route is... That's still using stagecoaches. Let's see, can I replace those with Lobisat? Yes, I can. Excellent. Hopefully that will get rid of the long queue there we've got. Okay, our train has now made a journey in both directions and has yet to pick up any passengers. I'm sure it will. At some point. Really, won't you? Yeah. Is anybody down here yet? No. Well, there are people who want to travel. Yeah, the trouble is the buses are coming from quite some distance to get here. But good, I'm able to repay some of the loan now. So I think that's where we will leave it for the time being, I think, for this episode. We have our fabulous new train coming into Clifton Down. And I'm sure it will start making money at some point soon. But that's it. Thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Transport Fever 2. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A click on the thumbs up button, a simple like would be awesome. Be great to hear that. Even better though, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, even criticisms of what I'm doing here in the game, or any ideas on how to make even more money from the city of Bristol and the surrounding towns, obviously, do drop a note into the comments box below. It'd be awesome to hear from you. And of course, if you've not already done so, please do subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But from me, Ajaxpost, here in Transport Fever 2, until the next time, bye bye for now.